So, if in your human design chart you have an undefined ego, it's said that you should not make promises because it's hard for you to keep promises. And I wanted to point this out because when someone with an undefined ego, go check your human design chart. If the heart or the will center in your chart is white, you've got it undefined. If you make promises and you can't keep them, then you damage your own self-worth. You damage your heart. Your will and your sense of worthiness can be inconsistent and easily damaged. And if you are damaging your self-worth and your self-trust like that, then you are eroding a foundation that is really important to the rest of your experience. If you can't trust yourself, and if you don't value yourself, then you will not be moving in the direction of what is correct for you, what is good for you, what is healthy for you, what you dream of. So the undefined ego has a lot of trickiness and stickiness in it. And this is a big part of it. And this, we can take one step further and say, okay, well, if you are making promises that you can't keep, and yes, it's damaging you, and it's you hurting yourself, it is also hurting other people. If you can't keep promises, other people are going to see that, and it can damage their trust in you and damage their relationship with you. So it's important to, if you have the signature in your chart, the undefined ego, to look at where you might be making promises, saying you're going to do things and then you don't, because you are letting yourself down ultimately, which is the worst of it. Because then you erode the self-trust and the self-worth, like I was saying. But then other people start to lose trust in you too. So it's important for the undefined ego to look at where you might be saying those things, look at where you might be making those promises, and then stop doing that. And then as you build your self-worth and your self-trust over time, then you can begin to say the right things, say that you'll do certain things, and make certain promises that you can actually keep. They will be more aligned. They won't be coming from a place, because oftentimes those promises that we make or those things that we say that we'll do that we don't actually end up doing are rooted in conditioning and pain. And they are rooted in a lot of low self-worth. And that's why we want to make sure that we're not making promises or saying that we're going to do certain things, because they can come from that place. And even if we try to do them, they may fall apart, or we just end up not doing them. So that's a thought I wanted to share, as this week we're experiencing an ego gate transit. Just something to consider. I wanted to just kind of expand upon the undefined ego situation there, because you may have heard, don't make promises, but I wanted to explain a little bit more as to why. I hope that's helpful.